good morning and welcome to Cityline. It is wonderful to be in your home. Today is Thursday morning, and as you know, we are live every Thursday morning, and it is June 1st. Happy June 1st. Happy month of Juneteenth. And boy, we have 10 days of weather coming up, so I have some great ideas for how you can get out there and be a part of the community. So here we go. In our last segment, Paint Tacoma Beautiful will be here to talk about nothing feels better than a new a coat of paint. There we go, in a house that you are sleeping in. So you're gonna find out how to get your house painted by Paint Tacoma Beautiful. Northwest Furniture Bank is here. Jeremy is here to talk about two words, chair affair. I'll explain later. And then speaking of Juneteenth, yep, well, I have two individuals, J.D. Davis from Way Out Kids, he is their CEO and president, and Antonio McLemore from Eastside Community Center with Metro Parks is here to talk about the Juneteenth celebration, the first one of many that we will have on this show in the month of June. And then with me right now is an icon. This man, if I could bottle him and send him to every area in the world that is hurting, it would be a radically different place to live. I'm talking about the Chief Executive Officer from the YMCA of Pierce and Kitsap counties, Charlie Davis.
Thank you, Amanda. It's great to be here, really. I love your energy, and you have a great group today. JD, Jeremy,
I know.
Antonio.
You've been warming them all up for me in the green room.
We were having fun back then.
And Charlie, I have to say, you always have captured my heart. I have always loved you, but today even more points. You broke off a contact in your right eye, and your right eye is incredibly swollen and hurts, but you showed up for your spot today. Way to be a finisher, Charlie.
I couldn't do the alternative. I was looking forward to this. I was trying to spin it in a way that, but I couldn't. So.
Well, how about this? If people sign up for your camps and parents show up, you'll get them to look in your eye for you. How's that?
Give them the eye.
Give them the eye. So summer is here, and as a community, oftentimes we see a rise in homicides and gun violence in the summertime. And the city of Tacoma is backing a programming challenge to address this issue. Tell us about how the Y is a part of this solution.
I'm so glad you asked. This is, this gives you hope in a way, right? Mm-hmm. Because we got to be part of it, the Y. JD, Antonio, like the Metro Parks is going to be part of it. Boys and Girls Club's going to be part. To watch the city come together, it's the entire city. The mayor's involved, the city council member Hitchens, Josh Garcia, the superintendent. He's the motivator. He's really galvanized the
group. Then you got to have Tanisha in there also, if you've got him.
Yes. And Tafana, it's.
Oh, wow, what a team.
Tanya from Green Tri. I was so inspired. Private funders, because the need, like you identified, to hear Josh speak about it, because a lot of these young kids that have been killed or shot, gun violence, he'll speak and he says, we have to do something.
We do.
And everyone, like we came together and we said, we committed. There was no promise of resources. Chris Spivey, who you've met, he's hiring as we speak. I would have brought him otherwise, but he's hiring people. It's a command performance.
Wow, you have brought together a cross-section of the movers and shakers.
That's right.
You found the right people to solve this problem.
That's right.
And wow, here we come. So, give me an idea, the options and how you are going to keep our youth safe and engaged.
So the plan is 12 sites across Tacoma. The majority of them are in middle schools, but there was thought in this in that it would be in neighborhoods, so kids didn't have to travel far. So
Good.
They can
parents, another barrier for parents.
Exactly.
All right.
So there are 12 sites every Monday through Friday. 5 to 10 every Monday, 10 weeks, the whole summer. And there's food, there's other agencies that have gifts. You mentioned, I think right before Tacoma Artists, I think there's going to be all kinds of groups that are going to be able to plug in to serve kids.
Oh, we've got some footage here of some really fabulous activities that exercise, dancing. Yes.
There's going to be all kinds of things. I was inspired.
Yeah.
I really, multicast involved.
Okay, now we have life skills, learning how to swim.
Yep.
So important to do with learning how to drive.
That's
look at these beautiful faces.
This is going to be, Amanda, this is really inspiring because
Charlie, I want these children to grow up and realize their potential. I don't want them to have their life in danger for the summer that they've been looking forward to all year.
Yeah, this is, you know, Amanda, I was around, that's how long I've been around, when we formed Late Night, 1991.
Well, wait, let's back up for a second. You just celebrated 40 years
40
at
years.
the Y. Congratulations.
40 years. And it's day one for me. I'm into it. I mean, really, I get a gift to do this. Like you said, it's
this
a
is
gift.
a gift I get to sit
That's
here.
right. And you feel that, you're blessed. You just feel like, wow, I found something that I just love. And,
exactly.
But I was around when Late Night, and it feels a lot.
Does it feel like Late Night, these 12 different programs?
It feels similar because I remember the city coming together and saying, the drugs and the gangs and the battle that was going on. I was part of a community, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was part of a community meeting right before we had formed Late Night. Save Streets, Lyle Quasim, Priscilla Lucasich, right? They were there. And a father interrupted the meeting. He walked out, it was at a church, and he said, you could hear the pain. His son had been killed, a 16-year-old son. And he said, I will not rest. I cannot let him die in vain. And so he said, we have to do something. That's what's going on.
That's what
Josh Garcia said, I'm not going to sit and just let the summer happen. We're going to come together.
Right. So now you've gotten those parents' attention that are reading the news and scared for their children and kissing them extra hard when they say goodbye in the morning as they head off to school. So give us an offering of what you're going to be inviting these children to do during the day, so the parents who are listening can go, okay, there's STEM, there's some writing, there's some arts.
So it's interesting. We were just talking about what's the content. So the Y, what the Y does, we have a variety of instructors, different programs. So kids will have a choice. But I remember one woman stood up and said, what's the voice from the kids? And when we did Late Night, we had a plan of what it was going to be.
Yes.
But it changed because the kids, you need to adapt to what they need.
Got to ask them what they want.
Right. And so that will happen. It's 10 weeks. And the plan is this isn't a one and done. This is the future.
This is an inaugural.
That's right. I love that.
It is the inaugural event. So when we think about, because the Y does so much for kids and families, there's also, as we mentioned, you keep adults in mind by having these programs within a neighborhood, because we have Alice families. We have people who are working 3 and 4 jobs who cannot take their child across the city because they themselves are on the bus. So what programs are open to adults this summer that maybe they can tag on to?
That's the success, so one of our programs, I mentioned Chris Spivey, is the Community Learning Center. We have staff at essentially some of our 5 of the sites we're operating, we have staff already there. So they have relationships. But as part of that program, we engage the family. Because what you said, the impact on kids has to include the family support. It's more than just giving services to kids, right?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was very, very young and had my first job, my parents said to me, you have to be able to walk to your job from our house. And you can only work from these hours. And those were barriers, but somehow we made it work. And that's what the Y is doing. The Y is co-parenting. It's saying, please, if we don't know about your family tapestry, let us know so we can help untangle it if you need help.
And the kids, so it becomes it's a relationship. The Community Learning Center model that we use currently, what I've been, like when I went to Baker, and that's one of the sites, you see the meals, right?
Yes.
Families come, and that's why they included food here. The food is going to be an important part of this because kids getting fed it. Unfortunately, you see that may be the only meal.
Well, what is it? Michelle Douglas, the executive director of EFN, says
her.
it's at 58% now. Kids who are not eating, that need assistance.
She's amazing.
She is. When she was first on this show, it was 55% when she first took that job. Now it's 58%. And food banks are at their lowest right now. So, speaking of that, what challenges and opportunities in this last minute have you encountered since I last had you on the couch?
About the why. So, you know, we mentioned youth. Our focus is youth. And so our camps, we have 2 camps. We have summer day camp. They're already enrolled. We will serve over 5,000 kids across Pierce and Kitsap. Maybe even 8, depending on the enrollment. So kids are a big deal. Our Y is still building from COVID.
Yes.
So we have one huge challenge. I was telling Jeremy back there, we have a Y that's 46 years old. So it was built before I got here.
6 years, it was
before
old when you got there.
But it was the centerpiece of our organization on Pearl Street.
Crown jewel.
Yep, and it's
it needs a little sprucing.
Oh, it
doesn't
needs a lot, and that's not easy in this time frame to build a new building.
Okay.
Is expensive.
So we're talking capital campaign?
We already have that. We were going to break ground April 2020, but something got in the way.
Yeah, big
and
COVID.
In the interim, the cost has gone sky high. So that's our big challenge.
How can we help?
The word, people, the need. I believe that's a place where people gather. At its peak, 18, 19,000 members. It's 12 now because COVID, we're building back, but where kids, a lot of families and generations were part of that.
That's right.
So I believe that, spreading the word, we're going to do some heavy work in the next few months. So.
Yeah, all right. So Charlie, number 1, I just love you.
I love
Number
you too.
2, thank you so much for all that you do for our community.
Thank you.
And number 3, I want you back on the couch sooner than later.
I love it. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome.
Love being here.
When we come back, we'll have Juneteenth celebration right here on the comfy couch. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back after this quick break.